It seems to me that fear is universal. People all over the world experience times when they are afraid, and it usually begins very early in life. Have you ever watched a little child playing on the floor or in a playpen, having a great time, and all of a sudden it looks up for its mama and can't find her? Oh, that look of sheer fear in their eyes is enough to break your heart. I remember as a youngster being afraid of the boogeyman who was hiding either under my bed or in my closet. He never came out until after the lights were turned off. We usually get over most of those childhood fears, but then we begin to accumulate new ones, like the fear of not being accepted by the other students in school, or of that bully who threatens to beat us up on the playground. We fear the day report cards are passed out, or the fear of failing our driver's license test, or of not making the team, or breaking up with that special boy or girlfriend. As adults, we have fears connected with our jobs, being handed a pink slip, or financial fears like receiving a large unexpected bill. There are new fears we have as parents. I remember the night my infant son John started out with a fever, and then his breathing became very shallow and he was listless. We panicked, called the doctor who said he would meet us in the hospital, bundled him up, and headed for the ER that was about 30 minutes away. And by the time we got there, little John's fever had broken. He woke up and was just fine. Parents, you remember that night, the first time when your son or daughter took the car to go out to be with some friends or on a date, and you waited fearfully for them to return. Age begins with brings with it some new fears as the years take a toll on our bodies, with a whole host of new health issues. Along with this comes the fear of losing a loved one. And eventually, many people begin to be afraid of where they might spend eternity. Currently, people around the world live with the fear of contracting the COVID-19 virus. There are those who are very good at hiding their fears from others, but hold it all inside and worry in secret. Recently, the east coast of Florida was threatened by another hurricane. In 2004, I was living in Port St. Lucie, and Hurricane Jean was headed in our direction. I'd never gone through a hurricane before, so I decided I was going to try to stick it out. About 3 hours into the storm, I began to question my decision not to evacuate. I became fearful because the winds kept getting stronger and stronger, and I didn't know how bad it was going to get. I believe there's a very good reason why the Bible uses two words, fear and afraid, more than 500 times. It's because many of us have been paralyzed by fear many times in our lives. In the Old Testament, when the Israelites sent 12 spies into the land of Canaan, 10 of them returned with a scary report about the giants that lived there, and they discouraged the people. But Joshua begged them not to be afraid. He said, "If the Lord is pleased with us, he will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will swallow them up. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them." Too bad they didn't listen to Joshua's words and wandered around in the desert for 40 years. And then when Joshua was prepared to cross the Jordan River and enter the promised land, the Lord said to him, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." After Jesus had spent 3 years preparing his disciples for ministry, and just before his death, he told them, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid." Today, we need not fear disease, social unrest, economic collapse, or anything else, because God is still on his throne. Do you remember David's words in Psalms 23? "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." Why? Because you are with me. God's message to us today is, hey, you don't need to be afraid because I've got this. I want you to stay tuned to Cornerstone's online websites because we plan to post new devotions daily. Until next time, keep trusting in God. God bless you.